Words are just an expression of something, but in themselves, they're nothing. You cannot get wet from the word water. You cannot buy anything with the word money. The word love is just a word. Love is something quite different. Love is something that comes from deep within you. You can't really explain it. There are conventional ways of explaining it, but that's, for anybody who's loved, knows, are totally inadequate. In the same way, you, what you really are, who you are, cannot be explained. It has to be experienced. And that's what we could use our life doing, is experiencing our real selves. And if we experience our real selves, we have got something. Experience versus knowledge. What is knowledge worth? Knowledge can be true or false. Anything can be knowledge. It's just information you have in your head. Experience is something totally different. You can accumulate an enormous amount of money and have no experience, and what is life worth? But to travel on a shoestring, or go on some great adventure, or do something real that's a real experience, is worth so much more. You gain an understanding of life from all of those things, but from just accumulation of, like accumulation of money is accumulation of something theoretical. It can disappear in a moment, but nobody can take your experience away from you. And a real life is made of experiences. What you'd really like to understand, what you'd really like to know, what life is about, requires you experience it. That's the difference between a worthless, empty life and a life with some meaning, is experience. And the next thing is, what are you experiencing? You could experience something like some great thrill, climb Mount Everest, row across the Atlantic, or whatever you might consider a great experience. It will change you. But they're greater experiences than doing those things out in your projected world. You can experience what is really you. So few people will, but it's open to anybody. It requires a bit of imagination to see the possibility, but to experience your real self will do what? It'll take you into a more real world than practically anybody you know. And when you know your real self, when you experience your real self, what lies ahead as your real self? Do that. You'll open up something absolutely mind-blowing.